It is my pleasure to welcome and visit with one of the top outdoor track and field performers in Class 4A boys right now. It's Jesus Quintero from Evanston High School. And first of all, thank you for taking time to do this. But you've had a great indoor season that's translated into a great outdoor season so far. I guess, how would you kind of characterize how things are going for you right now?
Honestly, I'd say things are going pretty good. It's a great time to be running, and a lot of PRs with my teammates and myself as well, and just a lot of like a young kids that have bright futures as well over here.
Talk a little bit about just kind of setting the stage for the Evanston boys. I know there are some other guys that are performing well on your team right now, but I don't know if you guys get a lot of love around the state since you're kind of tucked away in the southwest corner. What's it like to kind of be a two-time state champion indoors this year and then see that kind of translate to outdoor already?
It's kind of surprising to me overall too, because I like growing up, I didn't really expect to like become this good at I didn't think I would be like this successful in track, because honestly, I all through high school I'd play basketball, and that was my first year doing indoor.
Okay.
So it was kind of shocking, but at the same time like a happy moment for me as well when I got those championships. And I've just been working pretty much every day, and then it's kind of like weird too sometimes because we don't have a track this year. Like over here in Evanston, it's getting like remodeled and rebuilt, so we're kind of just doing what we got, like the best that we can do. And so right now we just practice in the gym, and we usually go to these Utah meets too. But I mean, Wyoming, it's there too. But
Yeah.
Utah is some of the meets too. We get the best of what we can get pretty much.
Gotcha. Take me back to indoor. You mentioned that was your first time doing indoor. You won the state title in the 55 hurdles. You won in the high jump. Take me through that day and what it was like for you. I guess those 2 days.
So those days were actually very focused to me. Like I'd usually just kind of like talk to my friends most of the times, but I think I was just really locked in that moment because I had to do all that back to back. Like I didn't have time to like rest up and go to the next event. It was off the bat. So I had to run the hurdles, and then after that I just went to go jump again, and then pretty much I think I did relays as well, like the 4x4. And I believe I was still jumping when I ran the 4x2. Okay. So it was kind of just a focus pretty much for me, because it was just back-to-back events after that.
Do you think that helped you in that you really didn't have time to kind of think about anything else? It was just, hey, let's go do it?
Most definitely. It made me like pretty much just lock in on everything pretty much. It didn't have anything distracting with me. It just made me lock in pretty much and focus on what I was there for, was business and things like that.
How much do you think that has kind of helped you transition quickly into some really good performances outdoors? Because I've seen you win some things in Utah, and you're one of the few boys I think that's qualified in 4 events. I know one of them's a relay, but you're already qualified for state in the 110 and 300 hurdles plus the high jump, and you got top 4 marks in all those. And on the relay, I think you guys are second behind Shinish. But how much do you think that's helped that indoor success and that training transition into outdoor and getting such good marks early on?
I think it's just the dedication as comes with it as well, because I would usually I think like coming from last year too, I'd kind of like be a little lazy, but I guess like this year all of a sudden I think things are just clicking to me, and just pretty much from indoor to outdoor, it kind of helped me get my form down, pretty much get things down pretty much, like just focus on like my events more instead of transitioning from a basketball season to an outdoor track.
Gotcha.
Kind of made me.
I gotcha. What do you love about the hurdles so much?
I've honestly been doing hurdles since I think like way back in 6th grade.
Oh wow.
I wasn't really that good, but I would do them like every day at practice. I didn't really want to do like no long distance or nothing like that. I was stuck to the hurdles and the drills. I mean, I've fallen a couple of times. I mean, but you get the best out of it. I mean, it's kind of just stuck with me.
I gotcha. And you just continue to kind of hone in on your technique. Do you think that's really been the key to getting you better?
Well, That, and there's also always little things I need to adjust with my own self as well. Like, for example, getting my trail leg up and things like that more quicker, but getting it up to my armpit pretty much instead of, because I would kind of drag it. But
Gotcha.
just
What about
always
the high jump? What about the high jump? What do you love about that?
um just jumping pretty much. I love my coaches that help me out with that, and I just love the environment of it too, because it I don't know, like I've always done high jump too, but I've really taken it more seriously my junior year and this year as well.
Gotcha. I got to ask, that's a lot of taxing on your legs. How do you kind of keep yourself healthy and ready to go, day in, day out, week in, week out for all these meets, considering you're jumping, going over hurdles, two different races, and then you're also doing it in the high jump, plus you're pounding with, on relays. How do you keep yourself kind of in the best shape and kind of treat your body the right way so you don't break down?
Uh, First things first is you take an ice bath. That's the number one thing you got to do.
Nice.
You drink water and things like that, but I mean, it is a lot of painful on your legs. I mean, but in the moment, you won't feel it because you got all the adrenaline in you and things like that. But once you finish through that line, all the pain just comes down and it hurts. But you still got to keep pushing it. Like I like to say to myself, it's only pain is like only temporary, so it's kind of like pretty much a mindset to me, and just to keep pushing, no matter like how much I hurt. Like even if, for example, like if I'm in like a 4x4, like I just got done running the 300 hurdles and I'm in the 4x4, I keep running even though like mid race I'll cramp up. I still manage to push through it.
That's impressive. That's impressive, man. Hey, talk a little bit about being kind of tucked away in the southwest corner. You mentioned it. You guys go to meets in Utah quite a bit, or Southwest Wyoming, so you don't get to see some of the rest of the competition around the state. So how do you approach it when you do go up against kids that you haven't seen all year?
Um, I don't know, honestly. It's kind of nerve wracking to me at the same time because I mean, let alone Utah is nerve wracking too because they got some pretty cool kids too.
Yeah.
When I come to my own state, Wyoming, it's also nerve wracking. Like it's just nervous, but you just got to manage through it pretty much.
Do you think that you kind of surprise people because they haven't seen you at the same time?
I think so, yeah, because they don't really see like the Southwest, like the Southwest that much in the state.
Yeah.
Pretty.
Well, talk a little bit about what do you love the most about track and field and being around a large group of kids all the time?
Honestly, I love my coaches that here. They help me out a lot. They keep me in shape. They tell me to do good. They always keep in check with me with my grades and things like that. As well as my teammates. We always like to smack talk to each other and just compete pretty much with one another. That's what I love about it too.
I gotcha. Who's the biggest smack talker on the team?
Um, I'd say Salvador and yeah, I think my buddy Salvador, he's a big smack talker, but we always keep up just competing with each other, and it really pushes us too.
I gotcha. I gotcha. Who has surprised you on your team this year with how well they've done?
I'd say Gabe Hutchinson's.
Yeah.
He's a sophomore and he's a really quick kid too. I think he jumped. I think last meet he jumped like a 19 something. I don't remember, but and I think the meet before he got a PR of like a low 11, like 11.3 or something like that in the 100.
Oh wow.
And he's only a sophomore, so he's got some years to come too.
Yeah.
So he surprises me. He's pretty quick.
I gotcha. How would you describe? You mentioned how much support you get from your coaches. How would you describe the coaching staff there at Evanston High School?
I'd say tough love at times too, because they would get on my case on things. I mean, that's because I would kind of like mess up on some parts. Like I would kind of like distract myself from getting focused, and they would just keep me on track pretty much. They're really careful people, and that's what makes this team kind of unique to me is everybody's close to one another, and that's what I really enjoy about track as well.
Gotcha. All right, let's have a little bit of fun. Best part about road trips for track and field is?
Um, Probably I'd say the naps, and then
Oh.
waking up. Well, no, that's like the sucky part because you got to wake up and then you got to run after. I'd say just pretty much laughing the whole bus trip with your buddies and stuff.
Gotcha.
Just talking pretty much,
And so the waking up and trying to compete right away, that's the worst part of the bus
Yeah,
trip.
yeah, because I would be really tired and exhausted off that long bus drive and stuff, and I don't know if I would have like energy, so I'd just try to keep up with that, just stay up pretty much.
All right. What do you like to eat when you're competing or getting ready to compete? What's kind of your go-to?
Honey sticks.
Honey sticks. All right then. What's
Yeah.
something that you try and stay away from a lot?
Sodas, a
Yeah.
lot of sodas. I tend to drink some then and there, but some sodas, some Taco Bell, just pretty much junk food.
I got you. I got you. What's your favorite kind of night before the meat meal? Is it pasta, carbo loading?
I'd say a banana smoothie and probably like some fish what my mom makes,
Well,
things
nice.
like that.
Yeah, you got to
And
have
some
that nice home cooked meal,
olives.
right?
Yeah.
There you go. There you go. What are you looking forward to the most here in the last month of the season?
Just competing like the hardest. Like this would probably be like the hardest I'll compete. Like just to compete with just pretty much going balls to the walls with everything.
What's the future hold for you? Are you looking at going somewhere for track and field or just going on
I'm
to college or
I'm hoping to run later on in track and field. I think I was wanting to contact this one college in Utah. It's Utah Valley.
Mhm.
I'd love to run track there, but I don't know yet. I'm still kind of this thinking about what other things I might do because I might be an officer in the Navy, and I think they have a track program too, but I'm not too sure about that.
Well, hey,
I'm still
yeah.
looking into it.
Gotcha. Gotcha. Hey, you're not saying that you have to decide right now. I just was curious
Yeah.
as to what your future plans might be. Well, hey, you're having a great year right now. Best of luck the rest of the way. Before I let you go real quick, what are a couple things that you feel like you've got to improve on to get you ready for state?
I'd say mentally and physically, I have to get ready and prepared, uh, as well as my techniques in the hurdles, because I tend to clip a lot, and after like I get done clipping them, my ankles will hurt, and that's my trail leg is my jumping leg on high jump. So it kind of it's bruised up. It gets bruised up, and then I have to go jump afterwards, and I have to just focus on just not clipping them pretty much and keeping my knee high.
All right. Well, hey, best of luck the rest of the way, and we'll see you up in Casper.
All right, thank you.